now that we're mashed in, just a couple of quick observations. We found the G70 actually heated quite a bit faster than what I'm used to with the Braumeisters. Mind you, we were heating 47 liters here, and we were heating 55 liters here. But you know, the design's a bit different. I think they both have nominally about 3.5 kW of heating capacity, but there's two elements in the Braumeister. One that goes inside the malt pipe and one that's outside the malt pipe. But this heated very quickly. It was quite good. Also, if you looked at our unboxing video that Ed did, the Grainfather has done away with the silicone seal that goes around the filters, the mash filters. And so when you put the top filter plate in, it goes right on top of the mash bed. And then when you push the overflow pipe in, of course, it goes down, and then as you start pumping, it settles a bit as some of the liquid gets pumped to the top. So you have to then follow up by pushing that down a little bit further. So it's unlike the Grainfather where with that seal, it would stay in place. This just rides down, and as we do the sparge, I expect it's going to go even lower. Also, what they've changed with the recirc line coming inside, so you can easily get the lid off now, is you're supposed to, it no longer has the arm where it comes down in, and actually I have two different arms when I'm using a Grainfather, one with a longer hose and one with a shorter hose, depending on how much grain I'm using. This one, the handles for lifting the top one have a hole in it, and they say to put it through that and create a whirlpool, which works quite nicely. The pump is a lot stronger than the original Grainfather, so I'm expecting the cooling would be good, and the transferring will be a lot quicker as well. On the Braumeister, we've actually modified this one. To be fair to the Braumeister, it's sold as a 50-liter brewing device, not a 60-liter, which is what we use it for. So what we've done is we've purchased an aftermarket top screen imported from Italy that allows us to put a little bit more grain in the malt pipe, which is how we get 13 kg in there. But it is a bit of a struggle just to get that in. It's a very thick mash, and that's why the mash efficiency is lower. So I'm actually mashing this for 75 minutes, where this is a typical 60-minute mash. I also try to stagger them because one person brewing, and previously with two Braumeisters, I only have one hose and pump set up and one external wort chiller. I would do one and then have the other one staggered an hour later and just follow up with it. Today I've done it a bit closer because we'll be using the internal pump here for the only. I'm not going to attach the external pump. So we'll see how well that goes. So another quick observation, if you look in here, you will see that I think because there's no seal around the upper screen, you do get some grain migrating up. So in the future, I'll be using this overflow filter that came out a while back for use with the original Grainfather. So that will just go sitting on there, and then as the recirc overflows, this will catch any of the debris, so it doesn't get into the wort for the boil. Because of the screen, the mash screen settling, there was quite a gap between the overflow pipe and that's probably part of the reason that some of the grain has come up through the bottom of that. So as soon as the drain down far enough and it's settled, then push that down quite a ways. It was probably about this high. So unlike with the Grainfather with that seal, there you see quite a bit of grain that's sort of gathered at the top of the mash plate. Not a problem really, still works. Okay, just a quick update. We successfully completed the sparge. It was a challenge with our limited height here to it clears it, but to get it out was a bit trickier than this one because this has a bit more clearance. So I'll have to look at how to optimize that. I need to make some adjustments here, but the main thing I wanted to bring up is this being a New England style beer is going to have quite a large whirlpool hop addition in excess of 5 grams per liter. So I'm interested to see how well the double screen system at the bottom that you would have seen during the unpacking video works for keeping hops out of the pump and for the pump to continue to work sufficiently to cool and transfer the beer. So once we get there, the boil has just started, so it'll be another hour and a half or so before we're done with the whirlpool. We're going to cool to 80 degrees and then add the whirlpool addition. Okay, we're just about done with the whirlpool addition. We cooled it to 80 degrees and did I just wanted to show you that with the return from the wort chiller in at an angle, we got a nice little whirlpool going. Not a real strong one, but sufficient, I think, to ensure that that large hop addition ends up in the center and doesn't impact then drainage from the sides. So we'll see once we transfer to the fermenter.